In Book 10 of Metamorphoses, Orpheus and Eurydice are married, but moments later, she's bitten by a snake and dies. Orpheus descends to Hades, where he begs Pluto and Persephone to allow him to bring her back. Pluto says okay, under the condition that Orpheus may not look back at her until they reach the world of the living. But Orpheus becomes worried and can't help but look back at Eurydice, and she disappears. Orpheus sings a series of songs about the love of Jupiter and Apollo for beautiful adolescent boys, Cyparissus, Ganymede, and Hyacinthus. Orpheus sings of the propoetides of Amathus, whose human sacrifices enrage Venus. She transforms them into bulls, but they deny Venus's divinity. Orpheus then sings of Pygmalion, an artist dissatisfied with the immoral sexuality of real women, who decides to sculpt a pure ideal woman out of ivory. His statue is so beautiful that he falls in love with it, then prays to Venus to send him a real woman just as perfect. The goddess brings the statue to life. Pygmalion marries her, and they have a child together, Paphos. One of the Furies curses Paphos' granddaughter Mira to fall in love with Cinyras, her own father. With the help of her nurse, Cinyras is tricked into sleeping with Mira, and she becomes pregnant. The gods transform her into a tree, from which her son Adonis is born. Adonis grows up to become a beautiful man Venus falls in love with after Cupid mistakenly pricks her with one of his love arrows. Adonis loves to hunt, and Venus worries about his safety, so she tells him the cautionary tale of Atalanta, who tried to avoid marriage by insisting that if someone wanted to marry her, he would have to beat her in a foot race. Venus helps Hippomenes win by giving him golden apples to distract Atalanta. But he forgot to thank Venus, who tricks Hippomenes and Atalanta into desecrating a sacred temple by making love in it, then turns them into lions. After hearing the story, Adonis leaves to hunt, but he's mauled by a boar and dies. The tale of Orpheus and Eurydice is one of the most famous in Metamorphoses. The songs he sings about Cyparissus, Ganymede, and Hyacinthus, while tragic, provide a way to transform grief through artistic expression. In fact, distaste for women hovers over Book 10 in general. Orpheus seems to have a relentless agenda to punish and defame women in his songs.